We once had altars, altars built not only of stone, but of silence, sacrifice, and revenge and reverence. Ethiopia was not perfect, but she remembered how to kneel, how to cry, how to bury the dead with dignity, how to forgive even when the wound was still warm. Now we dance on ash. The churches echo not with hymns, but with laments. The mosques carry whispers of mourning. The shrines are desecrated by slogans, and the graveyards multiply like weeds. The altar still stands in some corners, but no one approaches it with clean hands. Not the rulers, not the rebels, not the religious, not the refugees. We have become not just a broken people, but a people who no longer feel the break. There's no famine of tradition in Ethiopia. We wear the clothes, we sing the songs, we hold the cross, we carry the crescent, we throw coffee ceremonies and wedding dances. But behind the smile is fear. Behind the beauty is brutality. Behind the ritual is rage. Culture has become performance. And while we perform, children starve, daughters disappear, villages vanish, leaders lie, men arm themselves not to protect their people, but to avenge their own hatred. Women walk with wombs full of grief, and the land cracks beneath our feet as if it to cry enough. We are rich in heritage, but poor in mercy, proud in name, but ashamed in spirit. Let me tell you about the strange case of our Ethiopian elites. Our elites, the ones who studied abroad, who wear tailored suits, who quote Mandela and Machiavelli, have become sorcerers of confusion. They speak of peace while singing arms deals. They tweet unity while funding militias. They write reports while ignoring genocide. They flatter the West while betraying the East. They chant slogans while their own children live safely overseas. And yet, they call it strategy. But what strategy is this? When every path leads to graves, when every policy feeds a faction, when every negotiation is a mirror for ambition, not resolution. The curse of Ethiopia is not her people. It is the cowardice of her clever sons and daughters of 1960s. And they breeded more. You may ask, what becomes of the children? What does a 6-year-old child see in Ethiopia today? Bullets, not books. Flags, not friends. Barbed wire, not playgrounds. Prison walls, not school halls. He or she learns early to fear uniformed men. She learns young that justice is a myth. They watch adults weep, fight, curse, and call it politics. We are raising not a generation of dreamers, but of survivors, not farmers of peace, but harvesters of revenge. And we ask ourselves, what happened to our country? We happened. We let the demons loose, and now we blame the fire. Let's take a look at the African mirror. We are not alone in this. Look at Libya, where liberation becomes a long funeral. Somalia, where clans become cages. Sudan, where revolution devours its own children. Congo, where diamonds glisten beside the bones of the dead. Now, Burkina Faso trembles. Their leader, Ibrahim Traore, has got similarities to what is failing now in Ethiopia. Abiy Ahmed. Mali flickers, South Sudan bleeds again. It's not just politics, it is a moral failure, a spiritual drought. The gods of our ancestors, I am saying gods because small g's of our ancestors watch in silence. This is to address those who we think are pagans. Prophets we ignore, the peace we rejected, the truth we edited. Africa is not cursed. Africa is betrayed by its own hands. The question is, will the ashes speak ever? The altar still stands, broken but not destroyed. We can still return. We can return when a priest says, we failed. When a general says, we will not shoot. When a mother forgives what cannot be forgotten. When a child dares to hope again. When the powerful fall on their knees, not to dominate, but to confess. When the diaspora stops cheering war like a game show. When the youth demand truth, not just jobs, then maybe the ashes will speak and the altar will flame again, not with rage, but with renewal. Here is my final reflection to you, brothers and sisters. The soul of a nation is a fragile thing. It does not die all at once. It dies in compromise, in silence, in cruelty dressed as necessity, in small betrayals stacked like bones. It dies every time we ask, who is to blame, instead of what can I become? Ethiopia's soul is not lost forever. But it will not return through politics. It will not return through war. It will not return through power. It will return through repentance, through truth, through the painful but beautiful work of becoming human again. Again, this is Abebe Nagash from Ethiopian Hearts for Peace and African Hearts for Peace. This is my call into a consciousness. Thank you very much.